So defined benefit plans, their calculations are based on your highest 3 years, consecutive 3 years, average comp, and the asset returns. So once you have a plan going, you have your assets, and it's the assets needed to fund the liabilities of the plan. The plan is making a promise that upon your retirement, you're going to be able to have this lump sum payment. And what the calculation is if those investment returns are very high, then ultimately they're going to compound over a couple of years, and we're not going to have a contribution that year. But you're still probably going to have taxable income. And so now you're writing a big tax check. Whereas if we would have been conservative with the investments in the DB plan, you're going to always have a contribution to reduce those tax bills. The biggest return on investment of a defined benefit plan are the tax deductions. And so that's why we try to make sure that, that the investment advisor and the plan sponsor understand we would really like to see about a 5 to 6% return on investment. Dr. Sam was heavily invested in just a few stocks. And in 2021, we're working on his plan for 2020. And I see that the assets went from like 450,000 to 900,000. And I get in touch with Dr. Sam and I say, Dr. Sam, did you roll something into the plan during the year that we don't know about? He goes, no, my investments did really great. I was heavy in Tesla and Pfizer. And those stocks did very well during the pandemic, if you recall. And he was so happy with it. The challenge is I had to then tell Dr. Sam that there's no contribution for the 2020 plan year because your investments nearly doubled and we have no room to do it. And it could be another year or two before you have contributions. Thankfully, this was his S Corp in which he put his speaking engagements in. So Dr. Sam said, you know what, I didn't get to speak much during the pandemic, so I really don't have a lot that I need to offset for 2020. And so that one we skated by because of the fact that he didn't have a lot of income in his S Corp. But a lot of times the client wants that tax deduction and there's nothing we can do because the investments just did too much. So it's important to invest the pension plan conservatively because you want that tax write-off.